celebrating 75 years of service to education. Bal Bharti Public School.
Hello all of you. Today we will learn our next chapter, that is ratio analysis. So it is another important tool of financial analysis. In previous part we have learned about comparative and common size income statement and balance sheet. And in this part we will see how ratios are used for analyzing the financial statement, that is income statement, and position statement, that is balance sheet. So we will start with the meaning of ratio. So what is ratio? So ratio, it is a mathematical expression between two related items from which we get some meaningful information. For example, ratio between number of boys and number of girls in your school, ratio between number of students and number of teachers. So whatever you will be getting, it will give some meaningful information. But however, if you will calculate the ratio between number of students and number of planets, so meaningful information you will not be getting. So that is not a ratio. So that's why the ratio, it is a mathematical expression of related items which gives us some meaningful information. Now as far as the meaning of accounting ratio is there, accounting ratio means ratio calculated on the basis of accounting information. Here accounting information means profit and loss account, that is income statement, and balance sheet, that is position statement. We used to calculate the ratios from various items of income statement, various items of balance sheet, or we take the items maybe from income statement and balance sheet to calculate some ratios, so that we will be getting some meaningful information. So that is known as accounting ratio. So as far as the expression of ratio is there, so it can be expressed in four ways. First is pure ratio. So it is a ratio expressed as quotient. That means, for example, 2:1, 3:1, 4:1, 3:2. That is known as pure ratio. Then next is a percentage. When we calculate ratio in the form of percentage, simply by multiplying 100, just like gross profit ratio 25%, net profit ratio 10%, in that way. A number of times. So here ratio, it is expressed in number of times. For example, inventory, how much times of sales, debtors, how much times of credit sales, that is known as times. Then fraction, so whenever the ratio, they are expressed in the form of fraction, 3/4, 2/4, or 0.30, 0.25, it is known as fraction. Okay, so ratio, it can be expressed in four ways: pure ratio, percentage, times, and fraction. Now classification of accounting ratios. So accounting ratios, they are broadly classified into four type of ratios. They are liquidity ratio, solvency ratio, activity or turnover ratio, and last one is a profitability ratio. So in the next topic we will see all the ratios one by one. So first is the liquidity ratio. Now what is the use of liquidity ratio? So liquidity ratio, it measures the ability of the enterprise to meet its short-term financial commitment. That means we see that how efficient a business is there to meet its short-term obligations. Short-term obligations here means how quickly they can meet or pay their current liabilities, whether the business is having sufficient cash in hand, or what we call as a current assets. Whether the business is having sufficient current assets so that they can easily meet their current liabilities. So with the help of the liquidity ratio, we see how efficient a firm can pay their short-term obligations or current liabilities. So under liquidity ratio, two type of ratios are there. First is current ratio and second is quick ratio. And quick ratio, it is also known as liquid ratio or acid test ratio. It is also known as acid test ratio because as compared to current ratio, this quick ratio, it is considered as more effective in calculating the liquidity of a firm. How firmly, how quickly, how efficiently a business can pay its short-term obligations or liabilities that are payable within a year, whether they're having a sufficient current assets or not. So these two are the formula for current ratio and liquid ratio. So current ratio formula is current assets upon current liabilities, and liquid ratio formula is liquid assets upon current liabilities. That means in the denominator part, in both the ratio, it is current liabilities, but in the numerator part, in current ratio, we used to write current assets, and in the liquid ratio we will write liquid assets or current assets. So first we'll see what is current ratio. So current ratio, it is a ratio between current assets and current liabilities. And why it is calculated? To know the short-term financial soundness of the business. Short-term financial soundness. How quickly a firm can meet its short-term obligation. And you have to keep in mind that ideal current ratio is 2:1. It should not be too high, it should not be too less. If current ratio is too high, that means the firm is having too much of current assets, which indirectly means their current assets will remain idle. They are having too much of current cash in hand, cash in bank, bills receivable, and this will remain idle. And in case that the current ratio is less than 2:1, that means the firm will face some difficulty in case they will pay all the current liabilities. So 2:1 means even if you are paying or discharging all the current liabilities. So 2:1 is if current asset is ₹2 and current liability is ₹1. So even if you are paying ₹1, after paying ₹1 also the business is having ₹1 for meeting the business obligations. They will have a sufficient working capital to meet day-to-day obligation of the business. Then next is a liquid ratio. So liquid ratio, it is also used to measure the short-term financial soundness, but it is a very stringent measure of liquidity, because whatever assets we are including in liquid assets or liquid ratio, they are highly liquid in nature. Highly liquid means they are almost cash. They are almost cash, or within a very short period, within a 3 month, they can be converted into cash. Okay, so that's why for calculating the liquidity position, quick ratio is considered better than the current ratio. Now this part we will see how to calculate the current assets. In the previous chapter of the balance sheet, you are knowing what are the contents of current assets. So current assets is equal to current investment. Current investment refers to investments which are held for a period of less than 12 months. Inventories, trade receivables. So from trade receivables you will deduct provision for doubtful debt if it is included there. Cash and cash equivalent, so cash in hand, cash at bank, marketable securities, they comes under cash and cash equivalent. Short term loans, loans which are given for a period of 1 year. And other current assets, so other current assets includes prepaid expenses and accrued income. In current liabilities, short term borrowings, amount which is borrowed for a period of less than 1 year. Trade payables, that is bills payable, creditors. Other current liabilities apart from that, short term provisions. Now for calculating the quick ratio, the funda is that only two things you will remove from current assets. And what are the two things? Once you remove inventories and prepaid expenses, the rest will be termed as your quick assets. Okay, so what you will remove? Two things from current assets: inventories and prepaid expenses. So if any advance tax is there, you will also deduct that one because it's also a prepaid expenses, but you used to write it separately. So inventories and prepaid expenses, if you exclude from current assets, it will be termed as your quick assets. Okay. Then these are the more formulas for the calculation of current assets. So current assets is equal to debtors minus provision on debtors, bills receivable, marketable securities plus cash plus accrued income plus stock plus prepaid expenses. One more formula is current assets is equal to current liabilities plus working capital. So how we are getting this formula? Actually we are getting this formula from the formula of working capital, because we are knowing that working capital is equal to current assets minus current liabilities, CA minus CL. One more formula is current asset is equal to total assets minus net fixed assets minus non-current investment. So how we are getting this formula? From balance sheet, what we are able to know? From asset side, how we are getting the total assets? So actually total assets is equal to total fixed assets plus non-current investment plus current assets. So when you add these three, fixed assets, non-current investment and current assets, we used to get the total assets. So that formula here it is used for the calculation of current assets. So from there we are getting this formula. Then current liabilities, so meaning it is liability which is payable within 1 year. So examples: creditors for goods, bills payable, outstanding expenses, bank overdraft, income received in advance or unearned income, provision for tax, short-term loans and advances, and unclaimed dividend. So you have to memorize the formula. So regarding current assets, you have to keep in mind that these many items are there, and from these items if you exclude inventory and prepaid expenses, you will be getting quick assets. So if you summarize, in liquidity ratio, two type of ratios are there: current ratio and quick ratio or liquid ratio. And what is liquidity ratio? The ratio which is used to judge the efficiency of a firm to pay its short-term obligation. and under these two ratios are there current ratio. And what is the formula for current ratio? Current ratio is equal to current assets upon current liabilities, and liquid ratio, liquid assets upon current liabilities. And what is ideal current ratio? Ideal current ratio is 2:1, and ideal liquid ratio it is 1:1. So these two ideal ratios are mainly asked in Viva. What is ideal current ratio? What is ideal liquid ratio? Thank you.
यहाँ पर बिक्री